What is going on, everybody? Shadow here, bringing you guys something I have not done in a very long time. Actually, I've done it since the beginning of this channel, and that is a Pokemon Theory video. But this Pokemon Theory video is going to be a few Pokemon Theories within one video. So, and yes, I will probably have to take breaks, so I will probably be different each video, be different shirt, because it might like change. I don't know. Maybe I might do them all at the same time. I don't know. I'm gonna try to, so I can get this video out. But if I don't, well, that's why. Yeah, because my video, because if you guys remember, my very first video I ever did was a day video, and I did say in there that all my theories are self-theorized or self-made, pretty much. Like, because I have one of those, I'm one of those like theorize everything. I theorize everything. Yeah, yeah, I'm one of those guys. Anyways, so we're gonna be theorizing doing Pokemon theory videos. Hopefully at least 3 in this video. Maybe 4. I'm gonna at least do 3. 3. Okay. But yeah, maybe 4. But anyway, the first Pokemon we're talking about today is Bagon and why it wants to fly. Sure, Pokedex says it wants to fly, but the question is why? Why? What makes Bagon want to fly? And I think I figured that one out. It's just a theory. I don't know. Oops. But I think I figured out the reason Bagon wants to fly. And do you guys think this theory of mine is wrong? Why is it so short today? I swear, it gets short and short every single day. But yeah, if you guys think you know why my theory might be wrong or whatever, and yeah, let me know in the comments down below. How much my filter fast? My sound is very high. Okay, it's better. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this theory, about the first theory. Anyways, let's get straight into this thing. So first up, let's go over to the Pokédex, Pokemon database. And yes, I use the Pokemon database in Bulbapedia. I know a lot of people do this is wrong, but I like it because it's more clean than I like it because it's more clean. I know where everything is in Pokemon database. So yeah, let's go to that. I'm just gonna do this. Here we are, right here. Okay. So we're on the Pokemon database. First thing we need to do is actually have everything. I have the tabs of everything I need to. I think it's on order. Yeah, I hope. So first we can look at the Pokédex entries. Basically, now I'm gonna be looking at the basic entries for. Now I'm gonna look at the Pokédex from or all the stuff that's to do with Bagon from when he was first introduced again. That means Gen 3. It means the Hoenn region. But not the Gen 3 Hoenn region of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Not those. Because those come a lot longer down the road. I'm talking about the original Ruby Sapphire and Emerald. And each one of them, except for Emerald, literally every one of them except for Emerald states that he wants to fly. Emerald only says, although it's small, this Pokemon is very powerful because its body is a bundle of muscles. It launches headbutts with its iron-like shell. And I wonder where my face went. I mean, I could turn my I could turn my camera on like in another area, but I didn't want to doing that. Not that. Yeah, they did that right there. But if you go over to this right here, to where to find, that's where I really want to go. Is to where to find Bagon. I think that is the how about this? The where to find Bagon and everything. That is exactly what might make this theory a little bit better. I think I figured out why Bagon wants to fly. Now you know Bagon. Bagon's so cute, friendly. He looks so friendly. He's so friendly. He's like he looks like a Pokemon version, like a Pokemon version. Blah, 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 blah. I can't talk. He looks like a Pokemon version of Yoshi. I'm sorry to say it, but if you look at him, I mean, if you just put Yoshi and side by side, he's got the little like Yoshi little nose. The all he does is just the eyes are different. Like if you just take off the little helmet, and I bet his little eyes. I swear, I bet if you take off the helmet right now, his eyes will look like Yoshi's eyes. The helmet just like blocks it down, makes like a triangle eye instead of that right there. I'm 100% sure if you do that, because it literally says if you scroll down here, it's as a result of its head is grown tough and its heart is tempered still. It is grown. It didn't say that it had that. It just said it's grown. But anyways, go back to down there. Like I said, I'm gonna look at this Gen 3 when it was first introduced, meaning in the Hoenn areas, not Fire by the Screen, because that one this says trace and migrate from another region. I'll look back. I'm talking about Ruby Sapphire and Emerald. Meteor Falls. Now, if I go over to this right here, the Meteor Falls. Now, this is Gen 3, okay? Now, and look, if you look at this Gen 3 basement 1 floor, or B1 floor, I think it's basement. But if you go that, if you go to walking, Bagon's right here, along with Solrock, Lunatone, and Golbat. And those are only 3 Pokemon besides Pokemon that are water types you can find in there. No, okay. Now you remember thinking, what am I getting at here? Well, each one of those Pokemon besides Bagon can either fly or levitate. However, Bagon is stuck to the ground. And being a most likely a friendly Pokemon, Bagon wants to play with those Pokemon. However, being confined to the ground, to the floor, Bagon gets upset that it can't play that certain games or certain whatever that Lunatone and Solot play, or Lunatone or Golbat plays with other Golbat. It wants to play with the people around it. It wants to be like those that it is around. Which in turn is my reasoning to why Bagon wants to fly. Again, this is just a theory. I don't know if it's a theory and proven true. Again, also self-theorized. Again, also self-theorized. Um, but yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this. And also, but yeah, but also, guys, one more thing I forgot to mention. So apparently you can find bar version Wishcash, and I'm pretty sure Wishcash, was supposed to be able to grant. My thing is something else. I think I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah, I think that is the reason why Aegon wants to fly. Let me know what you think. And on to the next. Okay. And on to the next theory, which might be next, like a few minutes here for me, maybe not. I mean, it'll be like 1 second for you after this like scene ends. But anyway, guys, on to the next theory right now. Okay, guys, I'm back. Saying sure, so didn't be long. I have another theory. This one on my boy Absol, and why he is considered the disaster Pokemon. Now they did do a little bit of digging on this or whatever, like knowledge of this on a Pokemon Journeys episode recently. Not recently, but recently for me because I always watch my Netflix. Yeah, I wait for Netflix to come out Netflix. But I had a recent one recently, and it's got me thinking that I don't think they fully explained it. So I'm gonna theorize what I think is the reason why he was known as a disaster Pokemon when he first came out. That's what my thing is for this video is why they are this way. Just like Bagon, why they were put as this or told why they told us this about these Pokemon when they first came out. And what's really odd about Absol is I'll get to it. And again, I'm gonna be talking only about the Pokemon ones that he came out with, the Pokemon games that he came out in, that he debuted in, meaning Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And the thing about those games, though, is the fact that they all say something different. Every one of the Pokédex say something different. And I do mean every one of them. But first up, let's go up with a intro to Absol. Yes, guys, what is Absol? Now, Absol was introduced in Gen 3. My brain's went dead. With all the abilities known as a disaster Pokemon. And that is what we've been looking at now. Why? Now I know, okay, the origin for his name, his absolution is, yeah, absolution. Name origin is absolution, freeing oneself from guilt. Now, what doesn't make sense from this is what guilt? That's the question. What guilt? Did he do something? Did Absol do something? Or is he trying? That's the question. Is what guilt? That makes me think. Did Absol do something? I mean, if you look up here, in a lot of things, not that. If you go up to the thing, I mean, I don't see anything would be guilt. That's the thing. I don't see nothing that would consider guilt. Now, again, I'm gonna go back to the Pokédex entries, and if you look at the Ruby one, the Sapphire, and the Emerald one, Ruby one states that every time Absol appears before people, it is followed by a disaster such as an earthquake or tidal wave. As a result, it came to be known as a disaster Pokemon. Now, I like how they mentioned earthquake and tidal wave when the Hoenn region's legendary Pokemon, or the main legendary Pokemon for the game, besides Rayquaza, however you want to pronounce it, or Groudon and Kyogre respectively. But here's the thing about that. Earthquake represents Groudon, I was going to say, and Tidal Wave represents Kyogre. We both know that's what they're representing. However, does this mean that Absol knew, but that's the thing though, Absol didn't, but the thing is though, when you get Absol in the game, you get him way before the whole, thing with, again, the whole thing with, Groudon and Kyogre, the whole feud. So, why is it mentioned this? But, okay, so that's that idea. However, the Sapphire Pokédex entry states that Absol has the ability to foretell the coming of natural disasters. It lives in harsh, rugged mountain environment. This Pokemon very rarely ventures down from the mountains, which is okay because it means that it can foretell, it can see the future, apparently. But it still doesn't explain the whole guilt thing from the origins, origin of the name, or the earthquake or the earthquake and tidal wave, Groudon and Kyogre respectively, linking to it. Because this is rugged mountains. But here's the thing though. Why a rugged mountain? Harsh rugged mountain. It just is harsh rugged mountain. But that's the thing though. The area you find it at is not not a harsh rugged mountain area. But okay, so again, different on the emerald one. You can see if you're doing it now. It sharply senses even subtle changes in the sky and the land to predict the natural disasters. It is along the Pokemon that has a lifespan of 100 years. So this doesn't exactly tell us the guilt thing, but it could tell us that maybe in the time that it's been alive, it has done something wrong, where it has to tell the future now, whatever. But that's not what gets me thinking this Pokemon. And I think the one that is right is the Sapphire one, not the Ruby Sapphire. Even though it does say the whole earthquake tidal wave thing, which is again Kyogre and Groudon and Kyogre respectively. Um, and it doesn't think I don't even care about this one here. This one doesn't make sense for the Pokédex entry at all. The one I'm looking at right now is the Sapphire one. Because if I go over here to the moveset for Absol, and I go down to the level 50 moveset, and this is moves by the level up, not by TM. This is the future. I'm talking about the move future sight. That's right, future sight. Now, I'm talking about the moves level up, not by TM, not egg moves, meaning it wasn't born, it was bred. It wasn't bred. It wasn't caught by a human to give a TM. It did it by itself and learned future sight. Its only psychic move that it gets leveling up. And here's the thing. Wait, and here's the thing though. It also learns detect at level 15, meaning, and this actually represents the whole. Where'd it go? Actually, the level 15 one, it represents this one right here. Actually, kind of does represent this right here. So actually, all three of them do make sense. With this emerald one going with the detect, and the sapphire one going with future sight. I mean, think about it. Dark type is weak against fighting, I think, isn't it? Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Which makes me wonder, which make people wonder why it lunged. I gotta sneeze, but it don't come out. That's what happens. So again, why? That's the question. Why? Why does it need detect? Why does it need future sight? I might ask again, why am I talking about Parastorm? Parastorm just, I don't care about Parastorm. Parastorm is just a move. And like, but the moves that don't move that make sense on this Pokemon. Because normal, dark, those type of moves make sense when leveling up. But having a psychic type move, and then without being a psychic type, and having a dark fighting type move, with being weak to a dark fighting type, that's where I sort of draw the line right there. And both of them are both future sight. I mean, detect's not even a attacking move. So the fact that it does do this, have this move, makes me wonder why. That's when I went to the not that this what this one over here. Okay, another thing. That's when I went to the I just looked at it. Went to the Where We Find Absol area, and that's when I clicked on this. So Generation 3 is what I'm looking at right here. Generation 3. In the system area, you get the main Generation 3 of Route 120. You also got something called the Ancient Tomb. Now, the Ancient Tomb being within the area you can find Absol kind of makes sense now of Absol's locationed area and why he has had moves detect and future sight. Detect to detect anything coming, like any kind of humans, trainers coming by. In future sight to see well into the future on if the trainer plans on releasing Reggie Steel. Now you might wonder, I'm about to put that part out. You might be wondering why he'd be wanting Reggie Steel. Let me just go up here because it's the same thing right here on Unit 6 one. Now, you might wonder why he wants Reggie Steel. Why he's protecting Reggie Steel. I mean, you got Reggie Rock and Reggie Ice still, but Reggie Ice in other areas that don't have him. So let me go to the question, why? That also makes me think, like, oh, but then I realize the Pokemon you can find around him, which again made no sense. Like, none of these make any sense to be around him for disasters besides, well, like I said, Registeel. That's the only Pokemon that makes sense. It's the only Pokemon that he would be worried about people releasing. Now again, I don't think you can find him near I don't think you find him until before the whole feud between I keep forgetting the names of them, Groudon and Kyogre. But the fact that they mention him without like unofficially mentioning them, I mean with unofficially mentioning them in the Pokédex entry with the whole Earthquake and Tidal Wave respectively, means that I don't think Absol became a disaster Pokemon because of this, or because of the whole um or because of the name being the whole Freedoms of Guild. I still haven't figured that part out yet. That part right there still confuses me. Like I don't get that part. But you know, it doesn't get understood, but does make me realize the truth behind the name, the species name of disaster Pokemon, and why it is known as a disaster Pokemon. Not because of the Pokédex entries, but because of the types. Because of the moves of Detect and Future Sight. That is what. That is why it has the disaster Pokemon thing. That makes no sense. Hold on, let me think about this again. Hmm. I just realized something. looking at Absol's like face, if you just take out the face, you just have this part right here. It kind of reminds me of the whole yin and yang thing. You know, good and evil. I picture white is purity, meaning he is pure. But does that? But with all the black, guilt, purity, purity, and what was the other one? It was yeah, it's like purity. White is purity. And then you go down here to the back down to the name origin. Freedom was guilt. Purity means it's free of guilt. But absolution doesn't mean freedom from guilt. I don't think, does it? No, it doesn't. I don't think it does. I can't be honest. But I did my research. I just did like a few minutes after, like the big on theory thing. Which that kind of explains the whole freedom oneself from one's guilt. What it doesn't. It doesn't explain its akin to disaster Pokemon, right? Disaster Pokemon. I think the reason it came to disaster Pokemon not because of the whole register thing or the name origin, but because of Kyogre in. I think it had to do something with Kyogre and Groudon. I almost said Palkia. Kyogre and Groudon. Because, again, Ruby is the first. The Emerald came out after, so Ruby has nothing to do with it. So what you do is you look at these two right here. But here's the thing about Ruby and Sapphire. Ruby has to do with Groudon, so why did they mention Kyogre in Groudon? But in the Sapphire one, it mentions where he lives and his ability to foretell the future. So why is this? They mentioned the whole. Took me thinking about Groudon or Kyogre in this one. So my theory about this one is that the reason Absol is deemed the disaster one is again not because of the name origin, not because of the Pokédex entry, but because of the feud between Kyogre and said it again, Kyogre and Groudon, and it's all thanks to the Ruby Pokédex. That it literally states it right there. Groudon, it literally states such as like by Groudon or entirely by Kyogre. And it's also a whole thing about being in the wrong place at the wrong time, or trying to warn people of the upcoming disaster that is Kyogre and Groudon, respectively, and also the whole absolute living in the mountains. That does make sense. You find Rayquaza in a mountain top, like a mountain top, high in the mountains, rugged mountain environment. It makes sense now, guys. It really does make sense. This is why he is known as the disaster Pokemon. I know you guys like this theory right here. This one took a little bit longer because of the fact that I had to think about it a little more, and I'm gonna get it corrected to where it actually does do. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching this one too. I'm gonna try to do one more theory video. Hopefully the next one's gonna be a little bit shorter, so it doesn't make the video too long. Anyway, guys, let's go on to theory number 3. Okay, guys, so I know I said I'm gonna do 3 theories, but I only do 2 in this video. Hopefully, next time I'll do 3. the main one will be the big main one will be the absolute one. That'll be the one that the Bagon will be building up to. Of course, because I did mention the Bagon one after when I did it, so I'll have to do it anyway. So that's why I want to do. I'm glad I did that way because I wanted the longer one to be at the very end. So again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go subscribe to the channel. I kind of like Pokemon theories, but some of them don't make sense. So again, if I didn't make sense for this, or if you guys have any ideas yourself, let me know in the comment down below. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and good. Bye!